It is Rich Lieberman. We are live here on YouTube. The Bay Area Media Pulse is on a Tuesday. It's already July 15th, the middle of the month. And today we're going to talk about the radio ratings, which were released on Monday. And not really a big surprise in terms of what the ratings that went up, some ratings went down, stations flatlined, and so forth. I'm going to talk about the sports radio stations in the Bay Area that both got basically completely rejected by the Bay Area sports fan. More ominous for 95.7 The Game, although I give them credit for at least trying to be creative and actually having a pulse in their morning drive. And ultimately, though, the numbers were not that good, though. And 95.7 The Game, which has the Warriors, although it's not as significant as one would like, especially if you work with 95.7 The Game or a fan of the FM sports station, they dropped to, again, they're like a 1.1. I'm going to post a link, folks, where you can click on the link and see the ratings themselves. KNBR, it's embarrassing now. It's beyond really embarrassing. And this is a really apt description of KNBR. It's basically, with all due respect, a college performance, a college radio station is what KNBR is. With all due apologies to college radio stations, which are far more entertaining, at least they have excuse. These are kids, young adults trying to grow up and be professional broadcasters. KNBR now is so dreck, is so fraught with imbeciles and just not entertaining folks. It's just god awful. Anyway, they dropped from a 3.6 down to 3.0. Mind you, this is June 25 ratings. And baseball, the Giants were playing good in June. The Giants are relatively entertaining, if you could say that about baseball, and are in the thick of a pennant race. It's early and all that. They've got new stars, and then they got this brand new player that they brought over from Boston. And although he hasn't been a hit yet, no pun intended, at least it shows that they're competitive. June 2025, KNBR is the Giants. They have baseball. They have the 49ers upcoming soon with football, and the NFL starting out. They dropped from a 3.6 to a 3.0. Now, folks, let's point out, as I always do, but then I'm going to qualify what I'm about to say. The ratings that I'm posting are known as the beauty contest numbers. So these are not the ratings that advertisers base their budgets on. They don't buy because of these ratings. These are what's called the 6+. They're beauty contest numbers, but they're very important in the fact that they explain the overall audience minus the breakdowns, folks. So we'll give them the grain or a benefit of the doubt. Nevertheless, KNBR is in the toilet. They've been in the toilet. I don't know how they survive, other than the fact that Cumulus, which kills radio stations left and right, not just here, in LA, in New York, in Los Angeles. Cumulus knows about as much about broadcast radio as I do about Russian food. It's just a disaster. KNBR is not a sports station. They have no talent. They have college schmucks and smart aleck little bastards who think that they're God's gift to the world, who have hyena laughs, who think they really know radio because their parents got them into the radio business and got them a job largely. They don't perform anymore, and they've been rejected summarily by the Bay Area radio audience. KNBR is just bad. And 95.7 The Game, I keep saying, I'll give them credit. They shouldn't be hiring all these retreads from KNBR, speaking of KNBR, but at least they try. At least they have a morning show, which is halfway decent and at least somewhat entertaining and funny. KNBR has Smurf, the Schillmeister, who sells everything except his toenail clippings and where to buy cars and where to retire in the middle of the California Central Valley in a crappy housing development that nobody gives a shit about. Smurf is a house whore, a shill, with Dorcas, his partner, who sounds like a college kid in a college class trying to learn about radio. He's got a robotic voice. He asks inane questions. Anyway, folks, you get what you pay for. KNBR has no talent. They can't even perform when they have giants who are competitive Major League Baseball. No wonder nobody can do the nighttime show, post and pregame giants. Nobody really wants that. They have to rely on fucking FP Santangelo and JT Snow, none of whom want to do radio. Fucking Carrie Crowley, another robot who they, I guess, think is wonderful. Rejection, rejection, rejection. We have no sports radio in the Bay Area. It's unbelievable, yet it's very believable because when you put crap on the air, the public is smart enough. And I give you credit, Bay Area radio people, for rejecting these crap meisters. It is so ridiculous. The fact that look what our radio has become here. It's terrible. 15 times I've touched my glasses. I'm counting too. But anyway, yeah, we don't have any news talk. We don't have any sports talk. We have no news station other than crappy KCBS. I'm negative because that's all there is out there. It's negative. You put out crap, you get crap in return. Rejection. And I know I'm overemphasizing the word rejection, but that's what it is. KNBR, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Get out of the business or get rid of this Schillmeister at 6 a.m. with his robotic, stupid friend. And from 10 to 2, Papa Silver. That's been rejected too. That's 18th in the market, 20th in the market, the morning show on KNBR, and 22nd in the market from 2 to 6. Dirty work? Yeah. How about dirty ratings? How about crapped up numbers? How about a demographic is so poor? Nobody knows what the hell is going on from 2 to 6. Dirty work. Your numbers are dirty. That's what dirty work is all about. And you put on a board op, some engineer, because D-pop or G-pop, whatever the fucking pop there is, I'll give you the pop. Pop goes the weasel. You got no pop from 2 to 6. Dirty work. Rejection, utter rejection. The Bay Area radio scene is absolutely reprehensible in the fact that there is no radio. How the absolute fucking, how did we get here? Emphasis on the epitaph. You're right. I might as well be David Mamet. And if you don't know who David Mamet is, David Mamet, great playwright, the master of the epitaph. Look it up. Google David Mamet. And that's our sports talk situation in the Bay Area. Rejection by you. Bay Area, and boy, do I agree.